Hey folks, welcome to another lecture, and today we are going to talk about Storybook. Storybook is a package, a library where you can create components library, in-house components library for your project, where various developers can access those components via some UI, and they can make changes and they can see various types of usage and other stuffs. So Storybooks comes very handy, and it has been used at many corporate places as well, and it has a very widespread community support. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll head over and install this Storybook application into our app. So the Storybook version that I will be targeting would be 7.6.13. So let's just clear everything and perform a yarn add storybook at the rate 7.6.13. so this will install all the packages. Cool, the package is installed. Okay, and we have to hit yarn storybook, and it is saying that we have to first init, right? So yarn storybook init. So it is saying that it is asking for latest versions, but yeah, that's fine, will not be doing it. So it is saying that getting current packages and other stuffs, just hit yes, and it will start setting up the app for us. And let's just quickly fast forward. Awesome. So we have got the application running. After the init application, you can see that it has made so many changes inside our app just for demo purpose. Okay, we really don't need these types of buttons and other stuffs, but let's just quickly see what Storybook has to offer. We can skip the tour, and you can see that it has a button examples, it has a header examples, it has a page examples. So inside buttons we can have primary button, secondary button, large buttons, small buttons, right? And you can see the various types of controls, actions. So with this way, any user of your application can see, oh, this is the part of the Storybook. So this is how these are the various versions of buttons. So you can check the doc and you can see, okay, these are all the buttons over here, and what are the props we have to pass, what are the headers, what are the various types of headers that we can have. Okay, so this way it is a kind of a logging mechanism, and it works really fine. And we have a page as well. So this is about Storybook. You can search it and other stuffs. And how exactly are these getting populated inside the application? So if you head over to SRC, you can see there's a folder created called stories. Inside stories, they have created various types of files. For example, a story for button, and each story has various types of examples. For example, if you check the button, they have primary, secondary, large and small. So every export converts into an example. So export const primary becomes your primary button, secondary becomes your secondary, then large, then small, and so on. And over here they have this meta. Okay, they have this meta. They have imported the button from button, and this is the button component which they have created inside again the same stories folder. Okay, so this is how the stories are being created, but this is not what we will follow. What I'll do is I'll create stories inside component folder itself. Okay, inside folder itself. So I'll just head over and create a new folder called stories inside button, and I'll just create one small story for a button and we'll push this. So meanwhile, like from my past experiences, what I've seen is that sometimes the CLI versions mess up with the test cases. just a test package, actually not test cases. So if we run yarn test, this should work fine, otherwise we might run into some issue. Yeah, so there is no issue over here and this is working fine. So test cases are fine, this is fine. What I'll do is I'll just grab the stories. I'll just grab the stories button, stories TS from here, and I'll create one file maybe. Yeah, I think we can create a new file. I'll call this as button.stories.ts. Okay, I'll just paste this, and it is saying that yeah, module is not found because it is coming from index. Okay, and are we able to see it? It is saying duplicate stories and something. So what I can do is I can get rid of this folder. Don't really need permission to delete. Yes, go ahead. It okay, and this is our button. Okay, this is, and yeah, I think we can restart our server. We can restart our server. So whatever changes we have yarn storybook command, right? So we can just hit yarn storybook again, so that it gets compiled really solid this time without any errors. Yeah, so now the error is everything is gone, and you can see this button thing coming, although we have not really configured really well the stories part, because all these props are not really present inside our button component. This is just a dummy button component which we have created. So what exactly are we passing? So we are passing background color, and there is a control of this, then there is a primary and size, and yeah, so we can introduce these props just to get rid of type errors. So we can, these are all the props. Okay, these are all the props we are passing to the component. So primary is a boolean. Let's make this optional and change it to boolean. One error should be gone. Then we have a label. Then there is a label which is not mandatory, again a string. Okay, then what else we have? What it is saying, okay, is there any mandatory? Yeah, there is a children prop. There's a children prop. Okay, so there is a size. Size is what? Again a string. So we have a size. Okay, now it is complaining that children is declared here. It has certain problems with children. So what shall we do? Maybe we can get rid of children over here. Okay, we don't need children. We might render the label. Maybe this should find and remove errors. Yeah, most of the errors are gone, and we have a background color property which does not exist. We can I think get rid of this property, because this is a default property that should be provided to every button. So we can just make this empty and this should work, right? This is working fine. So this was around setting up the storybook. We'll create more storybook component. This was just for the learning purpose. So what I can do is I can just first of all create a new branch, and let us first run yarn lint just to check if there are any errors or any errors. No lint errors. And let us run yarn build to see if we are able to generate the production build, or our production build would fail. And yeah, over here you can see that it is having issue in app. So we can go to app page.tsx, and this is not expecting a login as a children. Instead, it is expecting it to be like a label and not like this. This is just a string. So login. Okay, we have fixed this. Now let's not yarn len, let's run build. Awesome, I think this is perfect. Now I'll stage these changes. We'll create a new pull request, create new branch. I'll call it as setup storybook, hit enter, and I'll commit my changes by saying setup story book. Let's commit these changes and let me push. Now I can go to my GitHub and go to Next.js Yatra clone. Let's create a pull request. And let's just fast forward and wait for the checks to pass. Awesome, all checks have passed and we are running everything and nothing is breaking. So this is something which is still pending. Yeah, so building is happening, deployment is complete. Now we can squash and merge. Alright, so this was all in this video. From the next video onward, we'll start creating with the navigation menu. So excited. So see you guys in the next one.